Deadpool, the Merc with a Mouth, has his own video game now, and it's made by High Moon Studios. I'm not just giving you the facts either, that's the premise of the game. Full of self-congratulatory name-dropping and the kind of fourth-wall-breaking glibness Deadpool fans have come to expect, this game that knows it's a game falls into some of the same traps as similarly themed productions like The Simpsons game and Matt Hazard, in that the joke kinda gets old before the credits roll. That said, the game features just enough comic book references and pleasantly shameless potty humour to get away with it in a way few games can, as Deadpool tackles Mr. Sinister and an army of clones because, well, that's what the game script told him to do. The story is paper thin and the joke's very hit and miss, but it's nowhere near as offensive as it should be, and that counts for something. With Deadpool, you've got on your hands a very standard action game. It's basic and familiar, but the pace is quick enough and the action laid on to a sufficiently thick degree to make it consistently entertaining, if not mind-blowingly fresh. Deadpool fights with swords and guns, all of which can be upgraded and swapped out for unique weapon variants. There's enough to play with to last the 6 to 7 hour runtime, and while the game isn't the most challenging out there are so many bad guys to kill you shouldn't find yourself too bored. The game's at its lowest when it comes to the bosses, all of which suffer too much from repetitiveness, especially the last fight against Sinister, which just drags on far too long. Graphically, the game isn't the prettiest, but it's not exactly ugly. Animations are enjoyably exaggerated, but the game features a surprisingly drab colour scheme, while environmental textures can pop in quite noticeably. Deadpool and his supporting Marvel cast are all well designed though, and the combat itself looks suitably meaty. A Deadpool game requires great voice talent to pull off the comic book's snarky style, and Nolan North does an impeccable job as the titular mercenary. While the written dialogue has its ups and downs, North's performance is at least consistently energetic and confident, and he brings Deadpool to life in about as best a way as one could imagine. The game's soundtrack is mostly forgettable background tunes, but the occasional use of licensed music is very smartly done. Deadpool's a pretty good action game, and if you expect more than that, you will be disappointed. If, however, you're going looking for an instantly accessible excuse to smash some buttons and make mincemeat of goons, you'll walk away happy, and those moments where the humour does hit a home run makes it worth some extra attention. Fans of the comic have not been served an insult, while the more casual appreciator of action gaming may find themselves more interested in checking out the source material. That's a decent little win.